Hello, I'm Bradley Alicia. I'm the community manager for Rockwire, and today I'm going to give a short tutorial on Atom. And so Atom bills itself as a hackable text editor for the 21st century. And so this is useful if you want to create documents, but you also want to format documents in different ways and stylize them in different ways. And it makes it easy. You can see that it has a nice UI on the cover. And when you get into Atom, and I'll show you in a little bit, you'll see that it's very, very well organized visually. So, instead of doing things from the command line, you can do things in an interface, and it's much easier, I think, to work with. So you can download the package that you need if you have Mac OS or if you have Windows. The downloader is automatically chosen for you. You just click on it, you install the package, and then we go to the actual program here. I've installed it on my machine. So again, this is the Mac version. The Windows version is basically the same thing. And so we have a bunch of, so this is the main screen here, and we can open up a bunch of documents, different types of documents, Markdown, HTML, like a text document, and then we can stylize it from there. So I already have a Markdown document opened up here. And you can see this is the front end of Atom here. This is, there's a whole community of Atom users. So there's a docs guide. There's an API. There's a discussion forum at discuss.atom.io. And, this is an open source package. So if you get into the community, you'll really be able to find out how to customize your version of Atom. And so I just wanted to tell you that, but I also wanted to tell you that you can use things like Pandocs and other things underneath the hood. Atom will deal with all those packages. And if you try to use something like Pandocs from the command line, it's actually quite unwieldy. So this is a nice way to sort of deal with those sorts of packages. I actually have a tutorial in the community on how to work with Markdown files. And so if you look for that video and those slides, you can get more information about how to actually work with Markdown files. And in that tutorial, I talk about Pandoc. And so you can just fill in like the Pandoc with Atom, and that will allow you to sort of figure out what we're trying to do here as well. So this is a Markdown file that I've created for this demo. And it's, again, you just open a new file. So there's a drop-down menu here. If you go to Atom and you go to new file, you can create a new file. This is an untitled file, and I can type in whatever I want to type in here. And, it works like a text editor. And then, you type in your text in this file, and then you can modify it, convert it to different formats from here. So in this case, you've created a Markdown file. And this is actually a pretty complicated Markdown file. This is the native Markdown here, where I have a heading and I have some text. But I can also add HTML elements, and I can add LaTeX elements, and I can add a table in Markdown, and all of that can be rendered in this program. And this is something you might actually use, like say in a GitHub README document, where you want to like describe a project. I just put a bunch of things in here that are kind of demo-y, like Rockware for Fun and Social Profit. That's our title of our document. But you can use Atom to convert this to other formats. So why don't we do that now? We're going to convert this Markdown file to an HTML file. So as you can see, like I said, you can create new files, you can open files, you can save files. So one of the things, how you create this Markdown document in the first place is you would just simply type out the Markdown in this file, empty file, and then save it as a .md file. So you go to save as, and then it would be whatever your file is, .md, save it somewhere, maybe your desktop. And then you have a local file that maybe you took from GitHub or something. And then you can start to work with it. And then you open it back up in Atom, and now you're ready to convert it. So we have this Markdown file open, and we go to packages. So packages is another good drop down, because it gives you all these package options, and you can install your own packages, but it comes preloaded with a bunch of packages. So there's Pandoc PDF, as I was talking about. So you can create like PDFs from this. You can convert this to many other formats. You can work with Atom and LaTeX, Timecop, TreeView. These are different things that are more relevant to like looking at code. So it's a code editor as well as a text editor. But today we're interested in this file here, Markdown to, I believe we're doing Markdown Preview Plus. So we want to preview this Markdown document. So we're going to toggle preview, and it's going to generate looks like a hypertext document here. So the reason I hesitated a little bit is because the HTML conversion isn't straightforward. And this is why I want to do the demo. So we have this Markdown file. We go to Packages. We go to Markdown Preview Plus. And I think in the standard version we downloaded, it's Markdown Preview. But this is Markdown Preview Plus because I installed this additional package. And you'll do this toggle preview, which will preview this file. Now this looks like something like an HTML file in dark mode. So what you want to do to get a HTML file is you simply want to right click on it, which is a little challenging with the Mac, but if I have a magic mouse here, so I'm going to use that. But there's a way to right click in Mac without a magic mouse. So do that and you save as. And then it generates this dialog where you have test document.md.html. You just remove the .md, you have .html, where do I want to save it? My desktop. And I save it. And then it converts it into HTML. So now you can see the HTML code here. And if I go to open the file, I'll find that I have an HTML document. So why don't we go to that file right now and go to here it is. So it'll open up in my browser, and there's the HTML file. So we have our title, our introduction with our text. We have our figures, which are just the fun figures that I put in here just to demonstrate that they're able to be rendered. I couldn't render the LaTeX, but that's because the way in which Atom deals with converting different types of code. I just wanted to put that in because I wanted to show that maybe not everything will convert in a certain way. And so then it renders the table. So it's done just about everything we asked it to do, except for the LaTeX. And that's okay because that's not a native thing to Markdown in the first place. So that's converting this to HTML. As you can see, we've taken a simple example of taking a Markdown file, converting it to HTML, converting it to the code, first of all, and then creating a file that we can actually click through and open up in a browser. Thank you for joining me on this one. I'm going to have some other Atom tutorials soon, so check those out. Thank you.